We're back at Schaefer Stadium, and let's go back in time. August 12th, a year ago, New England against Oakland, a preseason game. Number 14, Steve Grogan, looking to execute a slant-in pattern to number 84, the brilliant receiver, Darryl Stingley. And then that collision between Tatum and Stingley. Stingley, now a paraplegic, except for some movement in the right arm. I spoke with him today. Darryl, I must say you look well, and it's a thrill and a joy to have you back. What was your reaction coming into this administration building to that huge group of fans outside as they saw you?
Well, Howard, I must say that I really wasn't surprised to see such a big crowd out there, because the response of the fans from out here in the New England area since my accident has been tremendous. And I knew that once they knew that I was coming to the game, that I would have a reception like that. So it was pretty much expected, but it was still appreciated.
During the long period of rehabilitation, Darryl, what has sustained your spirits? Because they're obviously very bright.
Well, like I said before, the response of the fans from here in New England, the mail in which I get from all parts of the country, and, you know, people, all sorts of well wishes, wishing me well and wishing that I can get back. It's just heartwarming to know that that many people across the country feel that way about you, and you feel like you're sort of obligated to them. And in a sense, you know, it makes me feel like the best thing I can do is someday make myself get better and get back up on my feet and walk and make all those people happy.
The hope doesn't die that will happen.
No, it never dies. There's always hope. Others have said to me that the sky's the limit as far as what I can regain, and, you know, I believe in that, and I believe I have a tremendous faith in God that there's a possibility that, you know, maybe he wanted me to experience what I'm experiencing for a reason. But I do anticipate regaining some of the motion and the movement in my body so that I can go on to live what you may call a normal life.
And meanwhile, you've got a whole new job and a whole new challenge in the sport you love, football. Today, the Patriots signed a contract with you, naming you Executive Director of Player Personnel for life. Tell us your reaction to that.
Well, like you said, it is a pretty big challenge, and it's pretty big shoes to fill, too, coming in to take on such a post behind a guy like Buck O'Kilroy. But like you said, it is a challenge, just like the challenge that I'm accepting of trying to rehabilitate my body, and in that case, I'll do the best I can at that job.
And you feel quite capable physically of doing it, right?
Well, I feel like, you know, that coming out here to New England was my really first time traveling since the accident, and the flight and everything went well, so I anticipate that if I have to make flights and travel around it, I can do that. So physically, I should be able to handle it.
And certainly, there are always the films to study. You'll have a film library in your house.
Yes, right now I'm in the process of trying to locate a nice house that can accommodate such a room, a film room. And I know that I'll have plenty of time to sit around, so I know I have plenty of time to watch films and evaluate good players.
All these guys who were just greeting you, Russ Francis and the rest, they'll be long gone, and you'll still be with the Patriots, and your kids will be the Patriots stars, not those old guys.
Yeah, perhaps I'll make 2 #1 draft choice out of them. But I do really am looking forward to, you know, to doing this job, because I've been following the Big Ten schools, particularly since they first mentioned this to me, and I'm all excited about the type of season that Purdue University might have. So the Patriots can look forward to having a lot of Boilermakers on their team in the future.
Now, Darryl, I must ask you, that night of August 12th, when you and Tatum collided, you suffered the accident. Are you really bitter about Tatum? Do you think about him often?
No, I don't think about Jack that much. We as players, you know, we all assume the risk once we go out on the football field, and we know the dangers of what can take place and what happens. You know, I was just the victim of what you might call a real, you know, hard blow delivered by one of the most hardest hitting players in the game today. But what I was sort of bitter about is the fact that, you know, there is excessive violence in the game of football today. In other words, you know, not to really pick at the officiating what goes on, but, you know, sometimes guys are out there stretching the rules as far as they can go and seeing just how much they can get away with, you know, with the intimidating factor, so to say. So, you know, you can't really hold that much against a guy that goes out, you know, to do his job, but the only thing that you can hold against him is, you know, his character and what type of person that he is and what his intentions are when he goes out to hit you and make a tackle.
Finally, Jack Tatum has said that he tried to reach you through your teammates, through the Patriots, through your attorney. Do you have any knowledge of such efforts on his part?
The only thing I know about that, Howard, is they tried to reach my attorney once back in February. I believe it was February of this year. And they never returned the call, or they never tried to make contact any time after that.
Are you satisfied with Mr. Bill Sullivan's treatment of you, the president of the Patriots?
Oh, yes, I wanted to add that before we finish the interview, that I'm very pleased with the entire New England organization, you know, the way they responded, you know, to my needs and my family needs after the accident, and the way they have taken me on as a member of the Patriots family. You know, it's really, like I said before, it's really heartwarming to know that people really care that much about you, you know, when they really don't have to. And, you know, my hat goes off to Mr. Sullivan and his family and the entire New England organization for being so wonderful to me.
You deserve it, because Roy Campanella said it once, or rather Mr. Rickey about Roy. He said he's as fine a man as he is a ball player. He's all there is of both. And certainly it could have been said of Darryl Stingley. God bless you.
Thank you, Howard.